So we talked about cause and effect yesterday. A cause is something that makes something else happen. So if it rains outside, it's going to cause me to wear what? A raincoat. That's right. If it's raining outside, I might have to stay inside, right? So the rain has caused me to stay inside. Let me think about one of the weather ones we did. The sun comes out after it rains, so it causes the water to evaporate or go up into gas. Yes, we made into gas. So we're going to be talking about cause and effect, and we're going to work on that. Okay, so Antonio was running on a wet floor. He slipped and fell. So what happened? He slipped and fell, right? That's the effect. Why did it happen? Why did it happen? Because he was doing what? Running on a wet floor. So the cause is what made something happen. So he's running on a wet floor. That was the cause. And the effect was it made him slip and fall. So we are going to underline the effect and circle the cause. So we're just going to practice this on these three all together. So Rachel didn't close the front door. Rachel's dog, Joey, ran away. So what happened? What happened? What was the effect? What happened, Kate? Yeah, Rachel's dog ran away. Let's underline that. That's what happened. That's what happened. Why did it happen? What was the cause of it, that dog running away? Heather? Right, that's the cause. She didn't close the front door. So the effect was that Rachel's dog ran away, and what caused that was she didn't close the front door. So circle and underline. Underline the effect and circle the cause. It was so cold this spring, it snowed until May. So what is the cause or the effect? What happened? What happened? What are we going to underline? What are we going to underline, Emsley? Yes, it snowed until May. And why did it snow until May? What is the cause? What's the cause of it snowing until May? Gracie?
It was so cold.
Yes, it was so cold this spring. I don't think that'll ever happen in Texas, but it does happen in Colorado sometimes. We get snow in April and May.
In summer, the mountains still have
Yes.
snow.
Maddox failed his spelling test. He didn't study for it. So what happened? What happened? What was the effect? What happened? Xavier? Yes, he failed his spelling test. This one's on the other side. The effect's on the other side. He failed it. Why? What was the cause of him failing his spelling test? Why did he fail his spelling test, Sydney? He didn't study. Maddox didn't study for his spelling test. Now, one thing I want you to notice on these three sentences is they have clue words or glue words. Remember the glue words? And, because, so, but. They have glue words. A lot of times when we have cause and effects, there's a glue word in the sentence. So what was the glue word in sentence number 1? What was it, Corbin? Because. Let's draw a line, arrow to that. That was a glue word. What was the glue word in number 2? Cooper? Because. And what was the glue word in number 3? Emery, what is it? So. So a lot of times we have a sentence that shows cause and effect. We see a because or a so or a but or then. Those are some clues to that we're looking at a cause and effect. Okay, put this in your black folder. Okay, now we're going to practice finding cause and effect by reading a story and then answering some questions about cause and effect. So this has to do with weather, what we've been learning about in science and in our reading book. So rain, everyone follow along with me and listen so that you can answer the questions. Rain is water droplets that fall from the sky. Water vapor, the gas phase of water, evaporates into the air. Water evaporates or turns into water vapor when it's heated by the sun. Water vapor cools as it rises into the air. The colder air causes the water vapor to condense. Water vapor condenses or collects together, forming a cloud. Water vapor continues to condense inside the cloud. The water vapor will start to turn into water droplets. The droplets will become bigger and heavier. Water droplets will become too heavy and eventually fall from the sky. Water droplets that fall from the sky are called rain. So what causes water to turn into water vapor? What causes water vapor or water to turn to water vapor? A, water turns into water vapor when it cools down. Remember, water vapor is a gas. Water turns into water vapor when it rains. Water turns into water vapor when it's heated up. Or water turns into water vapor when clouds form. Let's look up here. Water vapor, the gas phase of water, evaporates into the air. Water evaporates or turns into water vapor when it's heated by the sun. Let's underline that. Water evaporates or turns into water vapor when it's heated by the sun. So which one do you think is right? When it cools down, when it rains, when it's heated up, or when clouds form? What causes it to become water vapor? When it cools down, when it rains, when it's heated up, or when clouds form? What would the sun do? Would it cool it down? Would it make it rain? Would it heat up? Or would it make clouds form? Which one would the sun do, Cooper? C, when it's heated up, right? The sun heats things up. So that's when it becomes water vapors, when the sun heats it up. Very good. Did you underline that in the story?
Yes.
Okay. What happens when water vapor cools in the air? So let's see. Water vapor cools as it rises into the air. And we're wanting to know what happens to water vapor when it cools. The colder air causes the water vapor to condense. Okay, the colder air causes the water vapor to condense. So what happens when water vapor cools in the air? The water vapor will condense. Condense means it's going to turn back into water. Okay, that's what condense means, but that's what they told us. It says, the colder air causes the water vapor to condense. Did you underline that sentence up there? Everyone, did you underline that sentence up there?
Yes.
And did you, now we're writing. You got to underline the sentence and write it. We're going to find the evidence. That's finding the evidence. Evidence means answer. We're using the words to help us find the answer. The water vapor will condense. Okay, we said number 3, rain begins to fall from the clouds because the water droplets get too heavy and fall from the cloud. Now let's see if we can remember this one. What causes clouds to form? How do they form? The air gets too heavy and the rain falls. The water vapor cools and condenses in the sky. The water vapor evaporates from the ground, or the rain falls from clouds. What causes clouds to be made? The air gets too heavy and the rain falls. The water vapor cools and condenses in the sky. The water vapor evaporates from the ground, or rain falls from clouds. Let's go back. Let's underline this sentence. Water vapor condenses or collects together, forming a cloud. So the water vapor condenses to form a cloud. So find that in your answer. Which one says the water vapor cools and condenses? We underline water vapor condenses or collects together, forming a cloud. Which letter is it? A, B, C, or D? What do you think, Gracie?
B.
B. That's exactly what my evidence showed. Water vapor cools and condenses in the sky. Okay, so what caused the clouds to form? We just said water vapor condenses. Right? Water vapor condenses. That's the cause. The event is clouds form in the sky. Okay, then the water vapor, when the clouds form, what are the water vapor turning into? Goes from water vapor back into what? Water
Droplets.
droplets. That's right. The effect is water droplets. Let's see, water droplets. Well, let's put turns into water droplets. Let's do that. Water vapor condenses, clouds form in the sky, and then the vapor turns into water droplets. And then when those water droplets get really heavy, that's when it rains. Okay, so number 6. What is the effect of water droplets forming in the sky? So what happens with the water droplets? They get what?
Heavier.
Heavier and bigger, right? And then they fall. Yep. They get bigger, and when they get bigger, they get heavier. And will fall as rain. That's the effect of water droplets forming in the sky.